As we await the start of this match, we'll hear a prayer, the national anthem, and the starting lineups. We'll be back shortly for kickoff.
Welcome to Eagle Field, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the Trinity Baptist College and your PCC Eagles. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Trinity Baptist, number 3, Shaquem Shaw. Number 4, Hilda Smatute. Number 6, Aaron Urube. Number 8, Christopher Dickey. Number 10, Odansi AJ. Number 12, Jesus Cruz. Number 14, Nicholas Ortiz. Number 17, Ashton Carney. Number 18, Josue Flores. Number 19, Gabriel Guzman. And number 35, Mason Lambert. The Eagles are led by Coach Room Romanon. And now the starting lineup for your Pensacola Christian College Eagles. A junior from Trenton, Georgia, number 1, Bryce Hammond. A junior from Parma, Ohio, number 3, Niwe Mujeni. A sophomore from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, number 6, Luke Miklas. A junior from Conway, Arizona, number 8, Chase Hawkins. A junior from Madeira, Portugal, number 9, Lorenzo Gonsalves. A freshman from Houston, Texas, number 11, Eric Romero. A junior from Sao Paulo, Brazil, number 15, Giovanni Paliello. A sophomore from Reading, Pennsylvania, number 16, Reed Rhodes. A sophomore from Buenos Aires, Argentina, number 17, Matthias Lee. A junior from Valdro, Haiti, number 18, Jacob Bundy. And a junior from Danville, Indiana, number 23, Caleb Welsh. The Eagles are led by Coach Joe Lewas, with assistant coaches Matthias Kanata and Clint Peterson. Officiating for today's game are Jason Keel, Justin Smith, and Luke Niles. At this time, please stand for prayer, followed by the national anthem. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the many blessings you've given us. Please help everybody to play to the best of their ability and help us to do it to your honor and your glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola.
The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition.
Thank you, Logan, for those pregame introductions. Danny, what is going through this Eagles team's mind as they're off to such a hot start to this season?
I mean, obviously this game is, one of the most important games of the season. It's a conference game. Looking to play this tough Trinity opponent. We've seen them here before. It's always a tough game to play. They're very aggressive, very tough, and definitely a good match to watch. And we have some beautiful weather out here. Again, we're thankful for that. And overall, like we said before, the game against UWF took a big loss there, 11 goals to 0. But we hope to turn that back around and get away with a W tonight.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that the way that we start this game really sets the tone for the rest of this game, because especially what we just talked about, this game that we had on Thursday, regardless, as a team, you got to put that game behind you, and how you step into this game is a completely different mindset with a completely different goal. You're coming out here, it's a conference game, and you come here to win. You're not here for a draw. You're not here for a loss. You come here to put goals in the back of the net. And I think this Eagles team really is going to come out here and show what they're made of as they bounce back from Thursday. And we're off. A good long ball down with Niue and Bundy making a run. Love to see it right off the kickoff that we're getting aggressive and attacking.
It's the same starting 11 from the last game at UWF, except Dakota. We saw him injured on that last game. He's going to be out, hopefully not for long. And it looks like Chase Hawkins is going to play that number 6 position during this game.
Yeah, and I do think that missing Dakota is going to be huge for this team. But, again, this is where the seniority steps up. And Chase is going to be able to really show up as one of the more seasoned guys on this team, to show that his experience is going to show how he can make an impact regardless of Dakota missing. And that Dakota is a very skilled midfielder and a great player for this Eagles team. So you don't want to see it, as we see Jacob Bundy just using his body right there. And as we push up for an attack, as Gio puts some pressure in on the goalkeeper right here. We see some good pressure here from the Eagles right off the bat. And as we were talking, Danny, I know you had mentioned Dakota. When we were talking to him pregame, he had mentioned that it was a level 1 high ankle sprain, which that's definitely a lot better than what he thought, which was in high school he had a tendon that he tore, and when he got into that tackle, or when he went down on Thursday, he thought that he was going to be out for way longer, and it would have been the end of his season. So it definitely is more encouraging to know that he's only out for maybe a few weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Because he's one of the better players on this Eagle team. He's been a key player for us this season, and we hope to see him back out here soon.
Yeah, and right here we see some good pressure from the Eagles as we're stepping up, and we're making this Trinity Eagles team make a decision in their half, as We see some good pressure and good footwork there at the baseline. We see a short pass right there as they're catching the Eagles sleeping a little bit. And I know, Danny, we talk about this a lot, but this Trinity team is a team that we don't take lightly when they come to our home, because when we play them, I mean, in the past, like, it's always a hard game, it's always a rough game, and you got to come out intense as if it's any other hard, intentional game. And so it's going to be interesting how these Eagles are going to not only defend but hold possession and get into the attack and capitalize on little mistakes, as we see one right there from the Trinity Eagles. And we see Romero recovering and getting a touch on it. Good bit of skill right there by Caleb Welch to be able to bring the ball down and then try to find a pass for Lorenzo up top.
Yeah, the Eagles applying the pressure early on, going up the field, and trying to get after that first goal.
Yeah, and honestly, this pressure right now is exciting to watch, because this game, they're forcing Trinity to make these mistakes of just like what we just saw, like a long pass that was overhit.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be really applying this pressure and not taking our foot off the gas.
Yeah, definitely trying to set the tempo early on. You know, they came out here. This is their home. Trying
Good
to
run
set
by Gio on the back line if Bundy can find him.
Matute clears that out.
Good recovery right there by Niue as he drops back and wins the ball. And really, it's going to take everyone, as we see Reed making a good run on the wing in a 50-50, forcing the keeper to make a decision and come out. As we get ready for the throw from Romero. And it's a great ball in. As we see a set ball in the air, as Pauliello controls it, and it just gets bodied off the ball. And Romero recovers it with a shot. Unlucky, right over the bar. And that's exactly what you want to see from these Eagles tonight. Those shots, regardless of where it's at.
Yeah, always trying to test that goalkeeper.
Yeah, and keeping them honest right now, just as Gio and Niue are doing, and not letting them play that short pass out of the box. We see Niue and Lorenzo linking up, and Lorenzo with the shot. A little too high.
Yeah, it goes well over the goal.
But that's
again,
exactly what you want to see.
You know, yeah, they keep trying, getting that ball back in the middle of the field, and you know, early on testing that goalkeeper.
Yeah, and we're finding out very quickly here that the reason that they're probably doing some of those short passes is because they probably just don't have the capability to be able to get it all the way out into the second half, into the Eagles' half of the field.
Yeah.
Good center from Bundy as he sets as Lorenzo tries to set Niue. Some good pressure right there as a pass back. Lorenzo's not offsides with a penalty. That's good hustle right there by Lorenzo. In that play, Danny, that doesn't happen if he doesn't hustle and try to get that ball.
Yeah, he was first to it, and unfortunately Matute with the tackle from the back, and Lorenzo earns a penalty for the Eagles tonight.
Let's see what kind of run-up Lorenzo has.
Yeah,
You never know with the Portuguese, because if he watches any of these professional players, it's either like a short run-up or whatever it may be. So let's see what he gives this keeper.
and the Portuguese blocked
That's tough.
by the Trinity goalkeeper.
That was a great save by the keeper. He placed it, and he put power behind it. That's just unlucky. But now you got to bounce back, and then you got to put this ball in the back of the net. As we see a short corner right there, and then we see a ball in. And we see ball set. We see some pressure right there by the Trinity player. That was Jose Flores putting that pressure right there, and it seems like he might have got a little too gassed or something might have happened as he was trying to anticipate where Bryce was going to kick the ball.
Yeah, Lorenzo getting us upfield with another throw-in that's going to be taken by Kel Welch.
And we see it taken quickly to find Matias. See if we can get this switch of the field and find Romero.
Yeah, it's good to see the Eagles enjoy possession and these first 10 minutes of the game.
As we see Bundy fighting back and winning the ball back right there. Using his body well. And drawing the foul. That's great hustle right there by Bundy. Just using his body and staying tall and having those little touches to be able to set the ball forward and get his body behind it. Good short pass. See, they find Romero. Romero finds Chase, and let's see if they can switch this field all the way to Welch. And it's good to see that they're rotating the ball as we see a big switch from Matias to Bundy, trying to find Niue.
Hawkins plays back with Bundy.
To Miklas. Miklas finds the switch to Matias. To Welch. We see all the way to Romero. We see some quick passes in the center of the pitch.
Yeah, just ran out of space there.
As we see Trinity trying to get those 1-2 passes with a run from Lorenzo right here as he drives downfield with an attacker on his back and an attacker on his side. Staying tall and trying to win the ball. As we see 2 tackles, and he's able to draw that foul right there and get a free kick outside the box.
Yeah, the second tackle was clean, but the referee called it all the way back to that first tackle from behind. Saw that slide tackle.
Yeah, and that's just unlucky. He was trying to play advantage, but Lorenzo just wasn't able to.
Yeah, he was all alone in that corner, so he
run.
had to wait for his teammates to come up the field as well.
Yeah, would have been a solo run.
Yeah, but I mean, this is good. You know, we get a free kick out of it. Hawkins again are the set piece taker for this Eagles team. He's gonna look to whip it in, maybe find Lorenzo. He's one of the taller guys on this team.
And you never know with Chase. You never know because he can always take a shot from out wide. And I trust that even at this angle, he can find the net. Good decision for Matias, just being aware. and not dropping the ball back to Bryce. Good swing. See if they can find the full switch all the way to Reed. Reed wants it on the wing. As we see good hustle from Reed on that wing, on that far right side. It's always fun watching. We were both able to play with Riley, and we were both able to play with Vermont. And having the Reeds brothers, you definitely know that each of them are quick, and they're very gritty in the sense of they work hard and they push through and they try to capitalize on the little mistakes that others make.
Yeah, we saw Romero play it all the way back to Bryce. Eagles are dispossessed. And number 12, Cruz, tries to find Bryce up the field.
Yeah, he's trying to catch Bryce sleeping.
Just a little cheeky there.
As we get a short pass right here. As we see Chase exploding into the middle. Hopefully he can find Reed. As he finds Reed. Reed with the shot. And Lorenzo with the rebound and goal! Un goal, goal. Love to see it from Lorenzo Gonzalez, not giving up on the play and finishing.
Yeah, great vision by Chase, being able to find Rhodes there on that right side, and Rhodes with the shot, and then it's unfortunate it looked like it's gonna be an own goal. The defender, they try to clear that out of bounds, but hits his goalkeeper and into the back of the net for the first goal of the night. It's gonna go to our PCC Eagles tonight. And that's good to see. You know, always good to have that lead early on, 15 minutes into this game, and they're gonna look to add some more as well.
Yeah, Danny, you know what the score is?
1-0. Yes, sir.
So, hey, this is great. They started this game, and we're 14 minutes in, and now it's setting the tone. Not taking our foot off the gas. Now it's pressing and capitalizing on more mistakes and pushing and pushing and pushing. And fighting right there as we see Romero battling back and winning that ball in the middle. And we see Niue up here winning the ball aggressively and trying to find the switch as he takes two. No, he takes three. And then he finds Lorenzo. Lorenzo takes one, tries to find a cross to Reed. And we see some nice build-up right here by the Eagles as they're not letting off the gas and they're staying hungry. Find a big switch. Trying to open this field up. As Luke was trying to find a split in that gap right there. He was trying to force it a little bit as we see a quick play right there by the Trinity Eagles. And it's good to see your captain really take the ball and slow it down for us and shift it, because that allows us to be able to just slow down, get bodies behind the ball, give our forwards a little breather, and then we're back in. I was going to say, Danny, do you remember the little saying that Coach Kanata, when we were playing, always would say?
I actually don't. I think it was something about just switching the ball around or complete the cycle.
Complete the cycle.
Yes.
And that's exactly what they're doing, is they're completing the cycle right there and finding that rotation of the ball and finding that opening and then exposing that opening on the opposing team.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen that done over and over and over again in professional soccer, and this is what the Eagles are trying to do tonight here as well. As we see another free kick that's going to be taken by Hawkins.
And you never know with Chase, like I said earlier. Might be a shot right here. As we see a nice lofted ball on the inside. Niue trying to get a bicycle kick right there. He went low to the ground and trying to get that.
I think he didn't catch it quite nicely as he would have wanted.
No, at that point, you kind of want him to stay on his toes, stay on his feet, and just have a rip. as we see a ball that's really, really forced from Trinity.
Yeah, that's because of the Eagles' pressure. You know, they're forcing that long ball, forcing the mistake, and they get that ball right back and enjoy some possession.
Yeah, and we see that they're really just trying to find their number 9 right up top, which I believe is number 8. No, correction. Is number 10, Udansi.
The Trinity Eagles playing a high line, a high back line, sorry, of defenders, and which leaves that space in the back of them very kind of a weakness for them.
As we see Bryce coming out strong, not showing any fear, going up for that ball.
Yeah, that's what you want to see from your goalkeeper.
Yeah, and you want to see him coming out strong and demanding for that ball and winning it. As we see again, the Eagles are going to complete the cycle and try and rotate the ball from side to side. And if it's not on, then finding the rotation. As we see, quick play as Gio using his body and trying to win the ball in the middle. A nice through ball to number 17 from the Trinity Eagles, but unfortunately he was offside. You got a little too excited, Danny, don't you think?
Yeah, it's good to see our back line, you know, all in sync. Keep it that line straight and playing together to get that the attacker offsides.
Yeah,
Because
exactly that.
we know this number 10 AJ. He's pretty quick. We've seen him get on a few runs out here with our center backs.
Yeah, and they're really just trying to find a through ball to him because using that speed, as we see Gio trying to find Chase on a little chip over the top. And really this game, Danny, is going to come back to who's disciplined, because they are playing a specific game where they're trying to find their number 9, which is Odansi up top. With a nice shot right there from Odansi, with Bryce keeping it out in front and making the save.
That touch there by AJ. Now the Eagles have possession. Welch. Rotes. Pass a little too strong there, but the Eagles still get a throw in.
As we see Romero drop it back for Welch. Back to Romero. Nice move right there, as he's able to make the defender make a decision as he finds Reed Rhodes right there. Quick switch coming. As Miklas finds Chase. Matias finding Bundy in behind the back line. And right there with Niwe. Niwe trying to make a move and defend that. We see two Eagles right there. Need to communicate. Nice move right there by the left wing for Trinity. As we see a nice challenge right there from Matias to win the ball. And that's exactly what you want to see. Your center back coming out strong and then swinging the ball with, well, that was just unfortunate. It just went right under Niwe's foot.
Yeah, just as the Eagles were trying to counterattack.
And it's easy as an attacker to just get ahead of yourself and be ready for the next move that you over anticipate and forget that you need to make the play that's right in front of you. Good swing from Romero. A bit long, forces Hammond to come out wide. You see a good bit of skill right there in the center of the pitch as he tries to find Lorenzo. Lorenzo getting slide tackled by the opposing team as Reed Rhodes right there with a bad pass from the goalkeeper finishing. That's exactly what you want to see, that pressure, not giving up as we see him slide on that outside of the wing in celebration.
Yeah, it fell kindly to him, and with the clinical finish, really Rhodes extends our PCC Eagles lead to 2-0.
Yeah, and Reed really was doing a great job right there with just capitalizing on that little mistake and placing it. As we see a nice little bow celebration between him and Lorenzo.
Yeah, the Rhodes have been notorious to have their own little celebrations going on the field.
You see some good pressure right there by Lorenzo. Forcing the Eagles to make a mistake as we see Romero stepping up. And it's really going to take us stepping up and making this Trinity Eagle team making those mistakes. Because under pressure, it looks like they're just not able to have an answer for us. Good defending right there by Bundy as he keeps it in. And allows us to be able to reset and allow Niue to recover. Good win right there by Welch. Good clearance as he finds Lorenzo. Lorenzo with his touch. Ooh, unlucky. He was right there. Just unfortunate. It was that arm extension that really got him
It's a little
to make that
soft,
call.
but, you know, if you play it right, the referee is going to call it.
You mean if you play it wrong, the referee's going to call it, right? Because if you play it right, then the referee won't call it. Yeah, that's what I thought. As we see it, a long ball in, straight up in the box. As we see a good clearance right there from our Eagles. And we see Lorenzo coming, and he's coming fast. And we see Niue finding, hopefully he can find the switch to Reed. He leads Reed with a touch. Unlucky with the 50-50 with the goalie making a great save right there. As we saw Mason Lambert make a great save right there coming out and not showing any hesitation. Unlucky from Odansi. He's trying to go for that magisterial touch where it just falls right in front of him. Good 1-2 right there. Unlucky to find that second pass. As we see, really, this Trinity Eagles team is playing through Odansi as he shows a great bit of skill and control on the ball and spatial awareness.
Yeah, the Eagles all over both strikers, you know, giving them no space to turn.
Matias, got to be careful. Unlucky as that's a hard challenge in the center of the pitch. Looks like the goalie or the referee called the ball back for a free kick on Chase Hawkins.
Looks that way. I don't know what the line referee is. Looks like it's gonna be called back for that foul on Hawkins.
Anyway, finding Gio. Gio settles. We find a good switch right there by the Eagles. And this Eagles team, Danny, really is bouncing the ball and having these 1-2 passes and then moving. And it looks like, honestly, they look a lot like UWF.
Yeah, there's great movement out there by the players. As Niue plays it in, tries to find Lorenzo there.
And we see exactly what UWF did to them on Thursday, which is just passing and moving and finding the easy 1-2s. And it's not a very complex bit of skill that's needed. It's just finding the passes to feet, moving into space, receiving it, and then finding the next guy.
Yeah, it's all about awareness and looking where you
That's a
want
great
to
ball
be
from
to receive
Romero.
the ball.
As he finds Reed. Reed finds the cross on the inside as he tries to find Niue. Niue driving. Trying to find Chase Hawkins up top.
That was a great play by Niue. Now the counter by Trinity.
Great recovery by Bundy. Not giving up as he continues to fight.
Shaw taking it all the way up the field, but easy shot that's collected by Bryce.
Yeah, and that didn't happen. That wouldn't have happened, really, if Bundy didn't come all the way back from 3/4 of the field.
Yeah, that's what you want to see from your fullbacks, going up and down that field on support to your wings and back on defense.
We see some good strength right there by Niue as he's trying to draw that foul. Just unfortunate. And it looks like Bundy went down with an injury. Who knows what it could be after he made such a great recovery run. Looks like it could be his knee.
Subbing in for the Eagles, number 7, Jacob Bernard.
As we see Jacob Bernard come into the game for the injured Jacob Bundy. Unfortunate for him to come off the field. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
And Jacob Bernard with his first touches of the game.
As he finds Gio in a good pass that just split the winger and the center mid. A hard challenge.
Yeah, really, Caleb had no time to turn and find a pass there. Quickly closed.
Unlucky. It was just a missed pass.
Yeah, good recovery by Lee.
A good win up there in the air. I believe Caleb Welch.
Good find.
Gio leads Niue, and it's a 1v1 with the center back. Now it's just a A nice cross right there, trying to find Reed on the far side. Reed trying to set this ball in for Lorenzo with a shot by Pauliello. Oh, unlucky.
And it's going to be called back for a foul.
Looks like Niue was ready to take that kid out.
Yeah,
with
Niue
that,
again,
with that
just
strike.
running down that left side of the field, outpacing his opponent and putting a nice cross in.
And he was able to recover and have almost a shot right there if that Trinity defender did not have that last touch.
The Eagles pressuring it up the field. Bernard with the interception.
As we see Reed use his body and use his speed to get around him and try to find a cross all the way to Lorenzo.
Yeah, Uribe with the header, knocking that ball out of bounds for a throw-in. It's going to be taken. It's going to be taken by Caleb Welch.
As we see a good header from Lorenzo. See Matias trying to find the switch. And Chase finding the switch all the way to Jacob. Bernard unlucky.
Number 3 shot with time and space. Cuts that ball in. Intercepted by Welch. And cleared out the danger zone.
As we see Romero getting dispossessed right there, and they find a through ball as Matias just showing strength. That's kind of like one of those like hit the gym moments.
Yeah. He's not the tallest, but he is strong.
You see Eric playing with the ball, maybe a little too much, but still able to contain possession.
Mm-hmm.
Chase just trying to find that split right there. Find Romero.
Yeah, Pauliello is always in those little pockets of space trying to create something.
Unlucky. We see pressure right here from Lorenzo and Niue.
Trinity tries to build from the back.
As we see Hammond coming out for the ball and getting it. As Miklas just making sure and guarding Hammond right there. As we see a short pass.
Both our center backs have been very solid on this first half of the game. We haven't seen a lot of mistakes on the back, and that's good to see.
No, it's great to see, and especially them being able to stand tall and use their bodies and strength to be able to push these guys around and win the ball.
And it's going to be the first substitution for our Trinity Eagles. Number 3, Shaw, coming out, and in his place, number 5, Richardson, coming into this game.
As we see Lorenzo winning the ball right there. Trying to find the big switch all the way to Romero.
And just offsides.
Romero unlucky. Oh,
Yeah, I saw him stop his run, but it just wasn't enough.
it looks like he's going to get carded for shooting after the shot, or after the whistle was blown. As we see Matias winning that header right there. And Reed in a foot race. Finding the cross. Hit square to Niue. Niue taking 2 guys on, going to the baseline. Trying to find Lorenzo right there. Lorenzo finding the ball. Setting Romero. Romero just getting tackled. Romero needs to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. And you don't know, honestly, with a referee like this, if you are going to get carded again.
Yeah, you don't ever wanna get one of your players taken out of the field. A Trinity Eagles players down on the field. Looks like it's number 4, Hilbis Matute. It's gonna come off. Looks like an ankle injury, his right ankle. And number 11, Marcus Oxendine, is gonna come in to take his place.
And he made a great tackle, number 4 right there. Matute. And it's just unfortunate that he goes down. As we see Romero coming out, we see Jamison Jones coming into the game. And that's probably more of a smart tactical move, don't you think, Danny? From Coach Lewas, not allowing him to stay in the game on a yellow, just to kind of cool down a little bit, because the referee has him in his sights to be able to card him right away for possibly a red card, which we do not want that happening.
Yeah, definitely.
We see good pressure right there by Gio. Gio using a good bit of skill. As we see Chase winning that ball right there. We saw the Trinity player go for the ball, and it was just a hard 50-50, and Chase put his laces through it in trying to win it back. We see that's number 12, Jesus Cruz. As we see Jacob Bernard making a quick pass to Niue, and Niue burns that guy. Just unfortunate with a heavy touch. As he recovers, I don't even know how Niue is able to recover right there.
Yeah, he's got the speed and he's got the stamina as well. It's a dangerous combination.
And that man just works.
Yeah, he's been a continuous threat on this Trinity Eagles team tonight.
We see Jesus Cruz coming out for a substitution, and Danielle Navas coming in. We also see our Eagles making a substitution of Jacob Bernard, with Caden Brink coming into the game and Salvador Procor coming into the game for Chase Hawkins. As we see Caden Brink go to center back, and Matthias Lee has moved out to left back. It was a heavy pass, just trying to get the ball out, unfortunately to no one. as we see the switch on the pitch. Matthias finding Caden.
Yeah, it appears to be that Matthias now is playing the left back position, and Brink is playing that right center back, along with Lucas Miklas.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be interesting because Matthias, as well as Niwe, has that stamina, which is so deadly with the speed on the wing. And it's going to be interesting how these two are able to link up and create some plays out here on the wing. Some good 1-2 combinations right there from Rhodes and Caleb. A good 50-50 challenge from Lorenzo with the goalkeeper. Because you never know. Goalie might fumble it, and it's a goal.
Yeah, always got to be there at the right time, right place.
And they are playing short once again. As the defender finds Oxendine, who just came into this game, and Oxendine trying to find that switch to the other half. Caleb just unfortunately missing the ball. Just some miscommunication right there from Caleb and Brink, from Welch and Brink. We see Samuel Berrigan getting ready to come into the game. As we see Niwe getting a substitution for Samuel Berrigan with Lorenzo coming out to this left wing. Samuel, right from the get-go, getting smashed in the back by number 19, Gabriel Guzman. Nice little welcome to the game, don't you think, Danny?
Yeah, yeah. we said that the Trinity team is very chippy, and we've just seen an example of that.
Yeah, and honestly, as the game progresses, and if the score continues to grow, which hopefully it will, this game is going to grow to a more physical match. As we know in times past, that this team, even though they may not necessarily, even if they know that they're down, they'll still play to the last whistle. This Trinity team is relentless.
Yeah, we saw, I think it was 2 years ago or last year, we were up 2-0, and the Trinity team turned around to 3-2, and we lost that game. It was very unfortunate, but hopefully it doesn't happen tonight.
Yep. As we see Lorenzo being able to work out here with Matthias.
Matias are getting out of the danger zone.
As we see him driving in the middle of the pitch, trying to find that ball, as Lorenzo getting the ball off a deflection with the shot. It's just blocked. Unfortunately, as he was trying to follow up and win it, it was just a nice little handball. Quick play to find number 23, Andres Velasquez.
Yeah, and the shot just goes well over the bar.
Yeah, we saw
for a goal kick.
We saw number 15 right there, Daniel Navas, take that shot. It looks like this Trinity team really, like you said earlier, Danny, has a possibility of coming back if we're not closing the door down and putting another goal in the back of the net. And because we know the most dangerous score in all of soccer is, or football as they like to call it in Europe, is 2-2-0.
Good control by Pauliello to bring it down. Nicholas to Lee.
As we see, just an unnecessary tackle right there on the back of Gio from number 15, Daniel Navas. And we get it. It's frustrating being down, and they're trying to apply some pressure, but that really just is unnecessary when he's not going anywhere forward, and he's facing, and he's not even close to the ball.
Yeah.
As we see an in-swinger right there. And it was a great ball right there. It was just unfortunate it was bending away from some of the guys that were crashing in the box. As we see a good bit of skill from Salvador. Ole! As we see a good through ball right there.
Great vision by Berrigan.
From Sam. As we see, oh, he was just unlucky. Samuel was just a little further away from it. As he makes a good recovery and puts some pressure. Unlucky. As we see them try to play a quick ball again. Caden Brick just making sure we have the defensive team locked down.
Yeah, we've seen him. We saw him last game as well. Pretty solid center back and very good addition to this Eagles team.
As we see a great ball right there from Gio, trying to find Reed on that far side. Correction, Nicholas Clark on the outside as he got substituted into the game. As we see the clock winding down from a minute on this corner, let's see if the Eagles can put away a goal right before the half. Unlucky, it just went outside of the goal and curved back in.
And the last substitution is number 13 coming in for number 17 with 30 seconds remaining on the clock.
So good pressure right there as the Eagles are applying it right here at the last 20 seconds of the game and causing number 13, I believe, Jeremiah Santana, coming into the game for Trinity to make a mistake. And that is the half, Danny. What did you see from the Eagles in that first half that needs to be adjusted going into the second half?
Just a little bit of better communication. We saw a little bit of mistakes in the back line. But other than that, this Eagles team have played very good possession. They've enjoyed, putting some passes together and creating really dangerous situations. And overall, a really good half. We'll see what Coach Lee has prepared for the second half.
Agreed. It is 2-0 in this game, the most dangerous score in soccer, or as we like to call it in Europe, football. But after this first half of soccer, we'll be back at the start of the second half after a break from our sponsors.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load. And, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule. A perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
It's a passion that unites us, the heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
Welcome back, Eagle fans, as we prepare to enter the second half. We saw that we had a ton of different shots, as we had 7 shots on goal this last half, and we saw that Trinity had about 2, and we saw 2 saves from Bryce Hammond just being really solid in the back right there. And we saw an own goal from the other team in that first half in the 13th minute, and we saw Reed Rhodes put away a nice goal, following up and applying pressure right there and capitalizing on a mistake in the 21st minute. Danny, as we continue into the second half, what do you think is something that we need to really work on, or something that stuck out to you that Coach Lee was said to us?
Yeah, we both came up and talked to him. He said we got to shoot more. You know, we got to test this goalkeeper from shots outside of the box. I know we've been trying to put a lot of crosses into the box, but he said just test the keeper. You know, you never know, get that second bound. Somebody's got to be ready.
Man,
to
you're giving
capitalize on
giving him the benefit of the doubt. All he told me was shoot, 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 shoot,
that.
shoot.
We gotta shoot. You know, if you don't shoot, you don't score.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And we talked to a lot of the mids and a lot of the forwards, and really it's just about taking those chances and not hesitating, because they're taking on 1, 2 guys, 3 guys, and then it's just finishing and taking a shot and hoping that you put it on target and someone makes a mistake and someone follows up and maybe just taps it in.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're off. All right, as we see Trinity off to a quick start as they try to switch the ball and try to find a ball in behind the center backs quickly. As we see Niue has the ball right there trying to find Reed Rhodes diagonally, and Reed Rhodes driving towards goal and tucking it away with a finish!
Finish it
What a goal!
By number 16.
Goal, goal, goal!
What a great finish by Reed Rose, his second of the night, in space, with time, puts it in the back of the net.
We're only 1 minute, to 1 or 2 minutes in, Danny. This is awesome. This is exactly what you want to see in this first 5 minutes of the half, is capitalizing, not even giving this chance for Trinity to even think that they're back in this game, and just putting a goal away.
Yeah. Now they're able to play comfortably with this 3-goal lead. You know, you're able to swing that ball around, trying to create some more spaces.
Let's go, Reed!
As we see again, the Eagles are not letting off the gas, and they're pressing.
Good clear there by Miklas.
And Jameson using a great deal of skill right there in the center of the pitch, as he tries to just be able to settle the ball and find the easy pass.
Yeah, he was the one that found Rhodes out on this right wing with a perfect timed pass, and Reed was able to put that ball in the back of the net.
As we see a good flick on, good movement right there by the Eagles, as it just gets lost at Romero's feet with a nice little flick on from Reed.
Now the Trinity Eagles have possession. Brink with the clear. Finds Hawkins. Now Miklas with the ball.
Niue placing it. Oh, unlucky.
That was a great save by the keeper.
From Nicholas Clark. Oh, Nicholas getting stuck in.
Rhodes finds Welch.
Hard tackle right there from number 8, Christopher Dickey. Niue with a nice bit of skill to try and get away from the defenders. Finding Jamison Jones in the middle of the pitch as he switches the field all the way to Matthias Lee. Matthias trying to find Chase on the 1-2, and the guy and one of the players from Trinity. Ooh, so looks really intense right there as they're getting close to one another in an exchange of a few words.
Yeah,
as
Matthias, he didn't really like that. You know, he was off the ball. He didn't have possession of it.
we see a yellow card right there.
And I believe that's going to be the first yellow card for Trinity.
And it looks like Matthias was being held back right there, and he was trying to break away for a run. So it's good that the referee caught that, because sometimes, honestly, that goes unseen as the play continues.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you have the linesmen as well that are able to look at what's going on the field.
As we see an in-swinger into the box, and it's way over the keeper. Unlucky. Caden Brink was right there.
It's a fatal mistake there by their goalkeeper.
Mason Lambert. Mason just mistimed his jump as he was going up for it, and it just barely sailed over. As we see a long throw into the box with a little flick on by Niue.
This time Lambert collects that.
As we see Jamison Jones throw up a leg.
I believe he was trying to block the goalkeeper from getting that ball up the field.
Looks like there's a bit of miscommunication on the field as the referee didn't stop the clock as he was writing down the name to card the guy.
Uribe.
As he finds number 14, Nicholas Ortiz Valbuena, right inside. With a good tackle right there by Caden Brink. Getting stuck in. As Jamison Jones settles it for Matthias Lee, trying to find Nicholas Clark up on the wing.
Yeah, again, we've seen Brink's strength on that back line. Strong tackle by him.
As we see some substitutes coming into the game, as we see number 13, Jeremiah Santana, coming out of the game for number 12, Jesus Cruz, and number 17 coming into the game, Ashton Carney, for number 15, Daniel Navas. As we find a nice link-up play right there from Trinity as they try to just move the ball and find feet. Good challenge, 50-50 right there. Reed sinking in and winning that ball. And so that Niue is able to collect it and slow the game down and just gain possession as we try to move the ball and switch the field. Romero finding Reed Rhodes in behind the back line as Reed is in on and finds Romero again as Romero tries to find an in-swinger in, and Jamison Jones challenging. And Jamison's got to be careful playing kind of reckless right there because he is on a yellow.
Yeah, both Eric and Jones are on a yellow card, two of our midfielders.
As we've seen number 14, Nicholas Ortiz Valbuena, making a good run right here from Trinity. Trying to switch the field to number 11, Marcus Oxendine. It looks like it's getting a little chippy out here as we saw Niue go down. We see an in-swinger right there. It was a good ball from Trinity trying to find their forward up there. We see some more substitutes coming for Trinity as number 10 comes into the game for number 18. Number 10, Odansi Aj Ndayiziba Saba. And then we have number 14 coming out of the game, Nicholas Ortiz Valbuena. And then we see number 11 exiting the game, Marcus Oxendine. And number 23 coming out of the game, Andres Velasquez.
Clark now up the field. Plays with the defender.
As he's driving, he's just using those quick little body fakes to try and throw off the defender.
Yeah.
As we see a nice little switch right there to Romero as Romero tries to find Welch over here on the wing, or try to skip Welch. Easy as he finds Miklas. Miklas trying to find Niue on this wing. And Niue driving. Unfortunate. See some pressure right here. High press from the Eagles.
Ball falls to Balbuena. Clark quickly intercepts that.
Clark coming all the way from across the field and showing a bit of pace right here. With some pressure on his back as he gets taken down from behind. And like we said, Danny, this game is turning more and more into a trippier match in a lot more physical, which the Eagles need to be careful with because it's really an unnecessary time to pick up some injuries and pick up some cards.
Yeah, we expected that from this game, and especially given the score, the Trinity Eagles are going to look to get a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, as we see free kick right now from Chase Hawkins as he's going to put it right on the 6. And we see it come across the box. Find contact from Reed Rhodes. As we had a deflection. We had a bit of a deflection from Reed Rhodes. We now have a corner kick right here on this left side for the Eagles. Nice ball lofted in as we find some contact. Just unlucky. Need some communication right here as Romero sends it right back in. Caden Brick getting stuck in. Let's see a nice bit of defending right there by Miklas and Matthias Lee working together. Trying to find the out in behind.
Uribe finds Balbuena.
Nice little touch from Reed. Nice turn on the line from Balbuena to try and get past Rhodes.
No, Clark to the races. He just collides with the defender there.
The defender playing it smart and coming across his body. So even if Clark doesn't see him, he's able to start cutting off the ball. As we see Clark not giving up right here, winning the ball back. Some pressure on his back. We see setting up right there. Reed with the shot.
Again, denied his hat trick.
As we see O'Donsey right here driving with the Trinity Eagles. Miklas saying calm, cool, and collective right there with the ball at his feet as he's getting pressure from 3 guys. And we see Bryce Hammond getting stuck in. Coming in hard and winning that ball at that 50-50. That's exactly what you want to see from your goalkeeper in those situations.
Yeah, he came out confident, winning that ball, and getting it out of the danger zone.
Looks like we have some
Eagles.
substitutes coming in for the Eagles as we have
Subbing in for the Eagles, number 9, Lorenzo Gonçalves.
as we have Lorenzo Gonçalves coming into the game for Jamison Jones and Giovanni Pagliello coming into the game for Eric Romero. And right here is really simply tactical, don't you think, Danny? Taking 2 of the guys that are currently sitting on a yellow card out of the game, preventing them from getting a red, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a good changes by Coach Lee was trying to watch out for them.
As we see the ball inside, meant for a link-up play right there with a 1-2. And we see Caleb driving on the wing for Reed. Unlucky. Just trying to find that little bend around the defender. O'Donsey just showing a nice bit of skill right there in controlling the ball. You'd know a little bit about that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Our PCC Eagles now dispossessed and Trinity on the counter.
As the Eagles are really in a quick transition phase right now, as you need to be smart right here as the ball is swinging from side to side with the quick touches and quick passes. As we find another ball coming into the box as Pagliello settles it and tries to just clear it so it allows us to get us up. As Lorenzo really applying some pressure right there, allowing for Niue and others to get bodies behind the ball. It's a good win right there from Matthias Lee as he's not giving up and then backing away, ready to receive the next pass, anticipating. And anticipation, Danny, as we know, is huge in a game like this. Is not letting go of the mental toughness that needs to happen as the game progresses, and not allowing for yourself to grow comfortable, even with the lead being 3-0.
Yeah, Caleb Welch there.
Caleb just doing good, yeah, putting his body in between him and the ball.
Yep. And I was starting to see a little bit of tired legs from our players and the Trinity Eagles as well.
Yep, this is a good win right there. Oh, unlucky. As a referee calls the ball back when it could have easily been something that the Eagles could have gone and used that possession to then advance up the field and get a goal.
Yeah, should have given advantage there, but Rhodes
Tackled right there, and that's a yellow.
earns the free kick.
Should be a yellow at least. Oh, referee's giving him the honor of waiting to waiting to stand up and then card him.
Yeah, that was a very clear foul. We saw it all the way up here as well.
Oh, looks like he's gonna try and get a substitute injury off the field before he gets carded. I wonder if that works. Do you think that works when you're playing? Just trying to have the trainer come in and take you off the field and work on you and then pull you off the field for a substitute so that you don't get a yellow. You think that works?
I haven't seen it work too many times. I know the referee goes to his pocket right away and that foul is committed.
Hey, but one can dream, right? He stands up. And I think he carded him, but he didn't show the yellow card. I hope he carded him. He might have gotten away with it, Danny. As we see Chase Hawkins standing over the ball. And right here, as if you're Chase, it's just all about placement. You either go for a nice little chip over the top, or you just smash this thing and pick a spot.
Yeah, we got players in the area. Ooh. But Chase decides to go solo, and that ball was over the goal.
It's the right idea. He got it over the wall. It just needed to dip a little more. As we see Salvador Procure coming in the game for Chase Hawkins. As Chase was showing a little bit of tired legs right there in the middle of the pitch, it's nice to be able to bring in Salvador, as he has some experience to bring the Eagles, especially during games like this, and just playing smart and staying composed.
Yeah, Salvador, a more defensive player. We know Hawkins is usually a number 10 for this Eagles team.
And that's exactly what we're talking about, where Salvador comes into the game, he just outbodies the guy, and just smoothly. It didn't even look like there was really anything from. As we see a goal right there.
Yeah, and out of nothing, number 12, Cruz, with the long shot, and Trinity gets one back. With 26 minutes to go here on the second half.
Yeah, and that really was something out of nothing, like you said. Like, there wasn't anything going for them. There wasn't any build-up, really. There was just a random shot, which, at the end of the day, we need to be taking more shots.
Yeah, and Shaquem Shaw comes into this game for number 5, Richardson, playing that right back position.
Yeah, and honestly, you know who that reminded me of, that shot right there? It reminded me of someone creating something from nothing, throwback to someone we played with, Lucas Sampao.
Yeah. Anyway, dispossessed.
And this is what we talked about in the first half, Danny, where if this Trinity team is let even an inch into this game, they're going to start playing a lot harder. They're going to start playing a lot more physical, and they're going to start playing with a lot more confidence. And that's exactly what you don't want on this PCC Eagles side.
Yeah, and they've got a little bit of hope with this one goal back.
Yeah, so it's all about really just shutting down that hope and closing out the game. As we see Odansi with a nice bit of skill as he tries to create.
Tries the long shot, but the referee calls it back for a free kick.
And honestly, I don't really know. That seemed like more of a call to be able to please the other team.
Yeah, I think both teams were surprised that the referee even called that back.
Yeah, because I think it was more of a peer pressure call after the calls that have been made on the opposing side with some of these free kick calls. And I know that that's one of the pressures of being a referee, that you try to have the game fair. You try to make sure that everyone is able to have the right calls made. But at the end of the day, no one's perfect. And we see Bryce coming out hard for that and winning the ball, as we see Lorenzo in a breakaway right here. Hopefully able to slow the ball down.
Finds Pauliello in the middle. Niwe wide to Matias. Back to Niwe.
Why not have a shot? Ooh, unlucky as he tries to find Lorenzo on the inside.
Yeah, he thought about the shot for a second, but decided otherwise.
Yeah, and it was that slight hesitation. Where are they playing it? It wasn't an offside. They played a short ball. Quick in.
Uribe with the long ball, and Pauliello now. Clark clears it out.
Iniwe drawing that foul right there on number 8. Christopher Dickey.
Yeah, we saw the pull of the shirt. Miklas now with the ball. Lee.
Nice little split right there as they try to find the gap, and Lorenzo could have easily played Gio right there.
Now Lorenzo with the long shot, but goes
He
way
tries
over.
to do the fantastico and try to do the impossible right there.
Yeah, it was a very long range shot that just goes over.
Yeah, and what you want right there is just simple. In their half of the field, in their third of the field, you really just want to make sure that you're putting a ball away, and that is a high percentage shot, not something that is really like difficult for some of your attackers to be able to read. As we see right here, some driving right here by number 11 from Trinity, and some hard work right here on the wing for Reed, Rhodes, and Caleb Welch.
Number 18, Flores. Tries to get away there for 3 defenders, but finds Uribe.
And we see a pull right there from the Trinity winger. As Chase Hawkins is getting ready to come back into this game and sort of settle things down. I think one of the things that as a defensive back you have to be aware of is that this game comes down to little mistakes, and so you really got to be mentally aware and mentally active, and you can't fall asleep right here, especially in games like this. It looks like, I believe it's number 8 is down in the middle of the field. That is Christopher Dickey. He went down, I believe, clutching his leg in his head. And that's not something that you want to see at all, because head injuries are very, very dangerous, as well as anything that can be able to take him out for a long period of time, and you don't necessarily want that. As Chase Hawkins comes back into this game, we see that Coach Lee Waz really has a plan of settling the middle of the field down and gaining some possession back, and so that the Eagles are able to finish this game strong. Danny, what would you say is something that this Eagle team can improve on right now?
Right now, maybe just settling down. I think after Trinity scored that goal, it's just been back and forth on possession. But if they can, get together and focus on possession, focus on setting the tempo on the second half, I think they'll be able to not only regain possession but score a couple of goals as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think that if you're able to slow this possession down and really start moving like what they were doing in the first half, honestly, which is moving the ball from side to side, switching the field. And this is not a scene that you want to see, as Christopher Dickey is limping off the field, helped off by the trainer and a fellow player. Looks like this injury may not allow him to come back into this game.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. We've seen a lot of injuries. We saw 4 or 5 on the on Thursday against UWF, and we've seen, this is the first one of the night. We hope that those injuries are nothing serious and that those players are able to come back.
Yeah, and that's really like one of the prayers like going into this game. I know as a player that I would have is just that we stay safe and the opposing team stays safe as well, because you don't want injuries.
I'm sorry, Pauliello brings that ball up.
As we see Reed Rhodes making a move, trying to get around the defender in a breakaway.
I'm sorry, you were saying, David.
No, it was good. I was saying that like a prayer that honestly I had in game before games was just that you stay safe, that I stay safe, that God would protect my legs, and that He protect the legs of the guys that and bodies of the guys that I'm playing against.
Yeah.
Because you never want an injury to go down on the field at all. I mean, regardless of what team you're on. Ooh, as we see a hard tackle right there.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, but definitely on the.
Oh, little ninja flip right there.
Eric Guzman.
Nice little flex. So on that wing, I think that was Nicholas Clark applying some of that pressure, but it didn't look like it affected that defender one bit.
Lee would throw in. Tries to find Hawkins. And
As
Brink
Caden Brink gets stuck in.
with a well-timed slide tackle there.
But it looks like the forward had taken out Bryce, I believe, as they're taking a quick corner, as they're setting up. And Matthias Lee being aware and setting up accordingly. As we see a substitute right here as Eric Romero comes in for Nicholas Clark right here on this left side.
Yeah, let's remember they're both on the yellow card. So
Yeah, and
Eric
I
Romero's
think
got to be careful.
I think Romero is coming in as a 9 right there at the top for this Eagles team, as he's coming in and going to be the distributor as no, but I think he's telling Lorenzo to go up top as the number 9 to be able to put pressure. as we see 2 defenders on that outside take on 1 attacker. This game really, Danny, is turning into more and more physicality. As we see Caden Brink just boot it all the way into the opposing team's corner, and somehow it still stays in for us. Some good pressure right there by Lorenzo as Lorenzo tries to find Chase Hawkins. It was clean right there. It looked like it could have been a penalty, but then Salvador. He just pushed the guy off as they play short. And it looks like this Trinity team really is just trying to play really quick and get the ball downfield and trying to catch the Eagles team off guard. Don't stab. That's really like one of the things that
I think that was in the back of everyone's mind right there.
It's like as a soccer player, I'm like, do not stick your foot out. That is a very talented player right there, Adansi. He's very skilled with the ball. You do not just stick your foot out and give him a free pass to just dribble past you.
Yeah. You have to be 100% sure you're going to get to that ball before you tackle him.
Yeah. Otherwise, just keep him in front and contain, and then you keep moving. Salvador with a nice little turn right there as we find his switch the field, trying to find Gio all the way over to Matias as we try to work this wing with Gio right there, finding Lorenzo, or Romero, I believe. Unlucky right there across the box, trying to find Reed Rhodes coming across. They really are wanting to have Reed get his hat trick tonight.
Yeah, he's had opportunities. We saw a shot that was blocked by by Lambert earlier in the second half that prevented his third of the night.
Yeah, and honestly, like right now, the Eagles need to get another goal because, again, when you're looking at the scoreboard, it's 3-1, but as a soccer player, you're looking at it and it's 2-0.
Yeah.
It's one of the most dangerous scores, as we've constantly mentioned, and it's not something to take lightly. As we see a cross inside the box, cleared to Odansi as Gio is just tracking. And again, don't stab as you get burnt right there at the bottom because he is very skilled with this ball. It looks like Pauliello is holding his hamstring, and that's not something that you want to see. Signaling to coaches he might need to get a substitute. That was... Romero is just simply trying to clear the ball. But Romero has to remember that he is on a yellow card.
Yep.
That is not something that you can fool around with as one of the players limps off. Because at this point, if I'm the other team, Danny, I'm trying to bait one of these guys that are on a yellow to try to get a red, and so that the Eagles go down, the PCC Eagles go down with 10 men.
Yeah, now most of our midfielders are on a yellow. We see Romero's on a yellow and a couple others as well.
I think Clark and Jones have gotten substituted, but we see that we got to work hard right here. Ooh, unlucky as Gio gets stuck in on a hard tackle as Lorenzo's on a breakaway. Lorenzo coming through. Oh, unlucky. This is something that you do not want to see. One of your good midfielders, Pauliello, going down right there. And going down hard. As we see Samuel Berrigan coming into the game and Gio coming out. And we see that Trinity just made a sub as well, as number 11 came out of the game. Oxendine and number 14, Valbuena, came into the game. It's an Eagle throw right here, as we have Romero taking this throw, and we know that Romero has that nice long throw.
Yeah, he could put those into the area.
And it's a skipper as Chase tries to settle it. And we have a shot.
Yeah.
Shot right there by Rhodes. As I play short. And really, this team has been very predictable, honestly, Danny, in playing short consistently.
You just know it's going to happen at this point.
Yeah, and so it's really just anticipating that next move and expecting it to go short.
Eagles applying pressure up the field. And it's going to be a throw-in for our Eagles.
And we see some substitutes coming into the game as we have Salvador Procor coming out of the game and Eric Romero coming out of the game as we see Niwe Mugeni coming back into the game and we see Nicholas Clark coming back into this game. Correction, Branson Phelps.
Cleared out by Nicholas.
That is just a hard tackle.
Berrigan's taken out there.
And again, I feel so bad for Samuel.
Yeah, this is the second time.
That's the second time. As soon as he comes into the game, hard tackle.
Yeah.
As soon as he comes in the second half of the game, hard tackle. It's like he can't catch a break. As we see right here, Chase trying to find the ball out here. And the ball that he played, he tracks and wins right there.
And Balbuena's going to take this throw in for Trinity Eagles. Referee signals him to go back a little bit.
And it's like all the Eagles were calling for that ball, and it just wasn't rolling for them. That's a high studs right there. That's not something. Lorenzo just bulldozed right through it.
And all Eagles pressuring up the field.
Oof. As Branson just hitting him when it's unnecessary right there.
Yeah, there was no need for that. But
just keep him in front.
but we see Eagles working together, pressuring up the field, you know, trying to win that ball back.
Exactly. And that's a great ball right there by Brink. Trying to find Rhodes right here on this wing. And Rhodes taking off. And we see Rhodes going with the shot. Rhodes with the follow-up. We see, unlucky. As Chase was trying to go in and place that shot, but it was unfortunately blocked by the Trinity defender.
Yeah, again, Rhodes really trying to get his hat trick tonight, but denied by the goalkeeper Lambert once again as he collects this ball.
And we see some really good communication right there in the middle of the field from Chase Hawkins. Just encouraging the guys around him to win the ball and not giving up and letting up in this next 10 minutes. A nice big clearance from Hammond as it's over. And Reed is through. It's just a matter of finding the ball in the box. Get it whipped in.
Middle.
Unlucky. Matias right there. Matias finding Chase. Chase finding Lorenzo. And Lorenzo trying to get a shot off. Just unfortunately drawn wide. As we see the bench encouraging to win the first and second ball, we see the Eagles
Hawkins
trying to do just that. Ooh,
just a little
unlucky.
bit in front of him.
And might we say, even though Samuel Berrigan has just come into this game, he has these small little moments that everyone needs to be careful when he's on the field,
Yeah.
because it's those little sparks that really ignite goals.
Yeah, he's got a great vision, Berrigan. He can find passes where there's literally no space.
Yeah, and as he just did in that little bit ago, he just showed that he was able to juggle the ball and get around the guy right next to him and then find a nice pass. As we see an in-swinger right there from Lorenzo, and the goalkeeper making a save right there as Branson was able to get a header on it. And it's 8 minutes left in this game, and the tone is not going down whatsoever. Really, I think it's coming down to tired legs and who wants it more. As we see Niue driving right down to the baseline, trying to find a cross into the box as he's able to win a corner.
Yeah, it's been a back-and-forth game for most of the 90 minutes tonight. Obviously, our Eagles able to capitalize in 3 different occasions. Now Chase Hawkins to take yet another corner kick.
Looks like the referee is stopping the game right now to stop a little scuttle right there in front of the goalie. Nice little lofted ball in as we see, oh, Branson. Branson trying to get stuck in. No, correction.
Brink.
That was Caden Brink. Yeah, there's definitely a big difference in height right there.
Yeah.
My bad. Nice little bit of skill from Matias out there on that wing as he tries to get past those defenders and finding the easy pass right there, working with Branson.
Lee with the throw in. Gonna be yet another throw in for the Eagles. Lorenzo carries that ball up the field. Finds Niue.
And Chase, unlucky, just takes it off his foot. And it just hits wrong completely.
Yeah, it's a mishit pass.
Yeah, it was just a mistake. But it's easy. As right here, Odonsi clutching his hip as he tracks Chase back. And we see Branson right here getting an in-swinger across the box. To Lorenzo!
For the fourth of the night.
Goal, 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 goal. Let's see if he does his celebration. Oh, looks like he's wiping something off.
Yeah, we talked about it. That is such a number 9 goal. Being in the right place, in the right position.
Little tribute to Cristiano Ronaldo from the Portuguese.
Yeah, the boy from Madeira, Portugal. And the Eagles regained their 3-goal lead with 6 minutes left on the clock. And I think we can say, you know, with a lot of confidence that the Eagles have put this game to bed.
Well, I mean, yes and no, because you got to play to the whistle, Danny. You never know what can happen in 6 minutes. We can't fall asleep right here, even though we're in the driver's seat for what happens in the rest of this game, as there's a hard tackle right there. As Eagles just need to play smart. As Lorenzo's holding up the play. And holds.
Yeah, it's just holding back the opponent.
That is not the right call right there. They were trying to take a quick, they're trying to hit a direct free kick.
Yeah.
And he didn't even ask for 10 yards. Yet he took the ball and tried to kick it. That's the wrong call from the referee, but that's
Yeah.
unfortunate. I mean, that happens, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah, we see that happen more often than not. Berrigan with the little layoff to Rhodes.
And Rhodes is hungry.
Puts on the Jets. And earns
Unlucky.
another corner kick for our Eagles.
Rhodes is hungry for that third
Yeah,
goal.
Rhodes he's been really busy on down that right side of the field.
Yep, he's been putting in work. As we see, Caleb Welch coming out of the game, and number 13 for the Eagles, Victor Denise Franca, coming into the game, as well as Chris Martinez coming in for Matthias Lee. As we see Chase Hawkins set up for this next corner, we're hoping to be able to capitalize at the end of this game and rest some legs as the clock winds down. A nice touch. Nice bit of skill right there by Franca, as Franca gets taken out right there. Hey, Danny, you got to be careful. Even though Franca just came into the game, he's Brazilian. You know what that means? Those quick feet. And those quick feet mean you can get past that defender really easily.
Yeah, Victor with a little bit of footwork to earn the free kick.
A little bit of dance moves right there.
I think Lorenzo's going to be taking this free kick. And I believe it's going to go for goal.
Yeah, this is definitely a shot. As Lorenzo goes, deflection! Oh,
And
unlucky.
it goes out for yet another corner kick. It'll be interesting to see how many corner kicks our Eagles have had tonight.
As we see Reed Rhodes taking this corner kick. As we see an in-swinger coming. Some communication needed from the Eagles as two guys went up for it. Martinez and Lorenzo. As Victor just holding up the guy.
Yeah, just ran out of real estate there.
And that was good from
14,
Franca.
Bueno.
Franca just containing and forcing them to make a play. Nice bit of skill right there by the center back, number 6.
Uribe does well to get out of pressure.
That was a tough tackle right there in the corner, unnecessary from Brink. And it looks like, honestly, at the end of this game, Danny, it's not what you want to see as far as a player, because the referee's getting a little card happy.
Yeah, a lot of cards flying out tonight.
As we see an in-swinger coming from Odonsi. Ooh, as we try to see a back heel kick, as Hammond is able. It looked like he was able to retrieve the ball and keep it in bounds, but it went out of bounds, and it is a goal kick.
Yeah, and with a minute left on the clock, I think the Eagles pretty much have that W.
This is honestly, like, to your point, Danny, this is a completely different Eagles team than we saw against UWF. They're confident. They're holding the ball. They're putting goals in the back of the net. And so it's just a matter of being consistent. And it's unfortunate that we had the scoreline that we did on Thursday, but honestly, I think it genuinely It genuinely helped. Now, Samuel Berrigan is getting carded for a quick release kick from a goalie. As we see a shot and the clock runs out. You love to see it as our Eagles capitalize on this 4-1 win, bouncing back from an 11-0 defeat on Thursday. And that'll do it here at Eagle Field as they win 4-1. And Thursday, the Eagles will be playing Grace Christian University in Dayton, Tennessee, beginning at 4 p.m. Be sure to tune into that match as the Eagles look to continue their historic 2023 season. Hey, if you've been watching, thanks again for watching Eagle Soccer. And we'll see you next time. Shout out from me, David Stiefel, and Danny Vidal.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you back at the next game.
Bye-bye.